Hey guys, here today with a weird one that kind of fell into my lap. My coworker Jeff brought and has agreed to sell me for a very good deal a Yokomo YD-2, which is a drift car. It's rear-wheel drive. So I'm going to Nitro swap it with a Traxxas .15. This .15 actually came out of the Nitro V, and the head from it I swapped with the engine that I used in my Drag Chevelle water-cooled project, which you should check out if you haven't already. But basically I'm halfway through figuring out if this is possible, and it is, so we're going to do a video on it. First and foremost, I think the coolest thing is the drive mechanism, which again, shout out to Jeff for figuring that out for me, basically. This is a plate, little aluminum mounting plate with a pin in the back that went on, and then it had a set screw in the side of that plate that would hold it in place, but then the gear just bolted to the front of it. And I considered drilling out a new pattern for the Traxxas gear, but the Traxxas gear is 3 holes, obviously, not 4. And you know who makes a good slipper eliminator? Hot Racing. And wouldn't you know it, that is the same shaft size, so that goes on there just perfectly. But then the question is, how do I keep this from sliding off because it doesn't have a set screw? Well, guess what? Dubro coming in clutch with these Dura collars. This is a 3/16 inch Dura collar that I've drilled out to 5mm, and that just goes right on. So there you have it. Probably the most OEM looking gear setup that I've ever had on this channel. It looks like that's where it was supposed to go. So next up is the engine, which will mount a little high right about there. That'll give me enough room underneath of it to get the engine mounts, and I am going to be retaining electric start, or at least I'm going to try like hell, because I've never done an electric start model before. So my plan is this motor mounted with a Traxxas 5160 engine mount, spaced to get the gear mesh right off the chassis, and then I'm going to do the dual tip exhaust from a Traxxas Stampede. I've got to order that. But yeah, this coming along swimmingly. So here's my planned motor mount location with the Easy Start motor just barely floating above the transmission there. I had to cut a small notch where you see the flywheel and cut off the rearmost mounting post back here under the carburetor. But that's it. I'm going to heat up this and push it through the motor mount to be able to mark on the chassis, and then we'll put some spacers under it and get this thing mounted up. Just a quick close-up on the motor mount situation here. I messed up these 2 holes in the front. I had to move the holes over just a little bit, and then I glued in some of the chassis shavings to make up for that. And then back here, I was countersinking and countersunk all the way through it. So pressure fit ball joint for that. Okay, because I am an impatient child, this starter box has the glow driver portion shot, but here you go. Yeah, it runs. So there you have it, day 1 of the Nitro drift build. This will have the Easy Start, which will have a functional glow plug bit, so I won't have to make a hole in the body or anything. I'm using an EcoPower WP110S steering servo. It's their faster speed, affordable steering servo. Should work fine. I'll have to figure out the throttle linkage and the brake stuff. I want the brake to be nice and strong, obviously, because we're actually going to try to slide this thing. Motor mounts, just those spacers again. Oh, one thing I didn't show earlier, I'm not sure I can show now, is on the back of this bolt that goes through the transmission. I actually tied it onto the front engine mount screw with a paper clip, and that's enough to keep it from flexing. There it is right there. Well, if it'll focus, trust me, it's down there. And yeah, that keeps it from bending and flexing around. It should be an interesting build. I'll get a fuel tank on it and the exhaust system, and we'll go for day 2.